Anyway.
Okay. Jefferson comes up out of nowhere. He's wearing. Is he wearing?
It's like having a, sexual thing over there.
What?
Just saying.
Orgasmic. keep reading and then
Oh my gosh. So is he wearing slippers or what? Haha, I love his face here. When he says busy, come back later. I think I like him in the past better than the future and in Storybook. Just much more Mad Hatter personality to me. Though he looks a lot like Storybook version here than the Mad Hatter version in the fairy tale future when he has a little girl.
I agree with that. Not for that, but keep going.
Jeff is getting things for Rumple in exchange for gold. This is a lot like what Jinemy used to do when he was a man. Okay, the crystal ball, is that supposed to be from Oz? I know the slippers are, but the ball too. Can't remember if the Wicked Witch had that. But the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the crystal ball was not at all Oz. I thought of Jareth, the Goblin King. I was like, oh my god.
I need to see that movie because everyone's like, oh,
It is awesome. You should. It's one of my favorite movies.
You just brace yourself.
Okay. Well,
I never watched it when I was little, so when I saw it when I was older, it was like an acid trip. I bought it. I own it.
I love that movie so much, but I think that they should do number 2. Like, I read some of the books. I think they should do like a second one and have it where everything's better with the technology and stuff they have now. I think it'd be good, but I'd like to see that.
By the way, they do have kind of a Labyrinth 2 manga. Yeah. I own that. Yeah, but anyway.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, oh my god, is there a Goblin Kingdom with Jareth somewhere? And then I died thinking about that. It really put a damper when I thought after that the ball was actually from Oz. So anyway, the ruby slippers have already been taken to another land. So the Oz happenings have already happened by this time.
Oh, simmer down.
Yes.
You know what?
What?
Okay, I want to know if there's going to be like a collection of characters who like, kind of like Jefferson, go through like random worlds. You know, like Peter Pan, Wendy, Alice, obviously. Who's the other one?
Dorothy?
Dorothy. You're right. I want to know if we're going to run into those people, like in our real world. Like, you know?
I don't think I think it'd be more like Descendants, because I think they'd be like all pretty much dead now.
Yeah, because Alice.
Yeah, Dorothy would be.
Yeah. 100 or whatever it is. I don't know, 1800 maybe. Yeah, I could see how that would be a kind of issue. Being that they're probably dead or senile.
But that would be fun. Portal travelers. They're like the Doctor Who's of.
Yeah, like Dorothy could be like an old chick in a nursing home. And Emma does. Oh no, wait, Emma. Okay. I have to think this one through. This one just kind of popped in my head. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Okay, Rumple wanted the ruby slippers to get to our land. Now Jeff pictured Rumple with those slippers on, clicking them and saying, "There's no place like Earth. There's no place like Earth."
There's no place like Bay. There's no.
I'm gonna have to draw that. Just say it. I might take that. I think I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay, Hatter's hat can only take you to places that have magic. It can't take you to one that is without it. Jeffy, you amuse me with when you're younger. Rumple tells Regina that she can go to their work is done. He says that as long as she lives in the past, she will never find her future. All this talking and everything is just to manipulate her into being what he wants her to be.
That is another story.
That's kind of what he does, though.
Yeah.
I love him, but that's what he does.
Yeah. Because that right there about living in the past is exactly what he is doing with Bay. Everything he does is all because he lives in the past. Jeffy just takes all the gold. Everyone just loves sneaking up to everybody else, and Jeffy just so puts emphasis on the pardon just to scare her. Jeffy sure knows how to creep the ladies out. Young Regina and Emma, Hatter's wife, must have been some kind of woman to show him what's what.
Hey.
Jeffy telling Regina that he knows a guy who can bring back the dead. He says he's a wizard. In exchange, he wants a royal passport so he can have free reign of the kingdom. She agrees to it. Jefferson is so different here that it makes me want to see Hattrick again and watch him there. Okay, Clever, do you have anything?
Again, another scene that I really, really loved. And I did enjoy watching the Hatter and how foppish he was with his actions, like he doesn't give a crap. So it'll be wonderful seeing how he got over that and became the Jefferson that loves his daughter and is much more somber.
Yeah.
My favorite exchange was like, do you want the ball? He's like, sure. Yeah. I love that. It was just so funny. But I felt like both the actors were over the top because obviously they're playing Regina.
Yes.
Like they want her to overhear this conversation and for her to talk to Jefferson. And it's just so sad watching them play her and she's just oblivious. And there was a line where she's like, well, how can they get you a passport? Well, you're the queen, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Like, catch up, Fury.
He ended up in Storybrooke. Because she probably found out later, like, oh, that son of a...
Sure. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but as for the advice that he gave her, you can never move on with your future if you don't stop living in the past. You know, that is really sound advice. That's what I love about Rebel. He gives advice that when you break it down, it actually is good advice.
But he doesn't follow it himself.
But he's applying it to something totally unnatural and bad, though. It's always that double meaning. He never lies, but he's not really telling the truth. So I love him. And that whole, how he's always saying these things that really apply to himself. We discussed this last time about how when he goes off on people, he's shouting things that are really things that he's shouting at himself for, usually dealing with A, Belle, or B, Bay. So, yes, I love the scene, and we need more Jefferson backstory.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay, Evil Red.
Can I speak now?
Yep.
Okay. I will speak on Jefferson's behalf. Okay? The way I see it is he's this way in this episode because he is a bachelor, he is unattached, and he's foolish. One would say that he's probably like 21 or so. You know? Yeah. Because I've always been told that young men do not get, the sense, the common sense, until they're about 26 or so.
I believe that.
But, the reason why he is what he is, such a player and all that, is probably because he had yet to meet Alice and have Grace.
Right.
I still don't think it's Alice.
So he's reckless. He doesn't care. He doesn't have to care for anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's my say. But gosh, he's... okay, I'm done.
Okay, Jello.
Alright, I just gotta say, you're all gonna hate me for this, all of you who love Jefferson, but I like him so much better here than like in Hattrick, where he's just kind of like...
I know, I like him here better than Hattrick.
You know, like, to me, I just like this better. He seemed more alive. And yeah, his clothes were pretty damn sexy. But,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
outside of that, he just was more enjoyable. And I
Yes.
was like, you know what? We can hang out. I like it. I think it's a Jefferson that we have not been introduced to. And
It's like, hello, I'm Evil Red, and you are?
yeah, no. I just, yeah, I don't know. I like that. Yeah, and the whole time I'm like, Regina, really? Okay, first of all, the mother she lived with, you'd think she'd wisen up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then I loved the interaction between Rumpel and Jefferson. I thought that was kind of interesting. They were clearly very close business partners.
Yes.
Yeah. And I
Like-
want to see how that form too.
Yes.
And I think that's interesting because he must know how to deal with him then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. Like, in Storybrooke, I want to see how that's going to play out. Because have they really talked in Storybrooke?
No, they haven't talked at all.
Did not talk at all.
So
Jefferson
I'm
is
wondering
really.
if they're holding that off for later. Like, if something maybe happens to Grace. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll be honest though, the whole, like, dad with Grace thing, like, it's cute, but it kind of annoys me.
Yeah, there are so many parent stories. Like, I would like more variety.
Yeah.
And not just,
And like the story of Jefferson is kind of like, ugh.
Maybe it's just because I don't really like kids that much. I mean, I do have the sense that, like, for 2 hours, I can hang out with kids, no problem, because I relate so well. But after that, I'm like, no. You need to go away, smelly little person. Anyway, that was horrible. A little bit about my soul. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Okay, Holly? Holly?
I'm going to go with Evil Red in the corner about Jefferson because, oh my god. Oh, he was just so fun and, like, he was just like, yep, I'm cool. I well wary as in I know everything about lots of different places. And I'm going to take all of your gold and I don't care.
Exactly.
So,
You know what was fun about him too, though, is like he has all this knowledge about other worlds, and it's like, really? So, what else do you know about? You know, I want to tap into some of that.
I want to know how he got his hat. That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I
clearly,
think that was gorgeous. I think it's like not the tattered piece of shit.
clearly, Rumpel knows about it. You know, in the past, he knew about it, obviously.
Right.
Although later on, he had no idea who it belonged to. Apparently, you know, in Storybook, he had no idea who it belonged to.
Right.
But no, because
No, he never saw the hat. Never coming to show him.
Prince didn't show it to him. That's right. So scratch that. But makes you wonder if he would have known right offhand if he had seen it.
Oh, yeah, I think he would have.
oh yeah.
Who brought up the business partnership between Rumpel and
That was
Jefferson?
neat.
That was you. I think that's a very good point because Jefferson can do something that Rumpel can't. So yeah, keep that kind of unique ability close.
Well, that's
Right.
right. That's what I'm saying. I think Rumble was also kind of annoyed by him. That's the only reason why he like lets it into his castle, because he can go to other worlds and
Right.
really
But
can't.
that's just it, is the fact that it's obviously not something Rumpel gave Jefferson. I want to know how Jefferson got it.
Maybe it's a family heirloom.
I don't know. Maybe he did like a favor for somebody. Like,
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
have
he
our own
makes some clothes. Like shit, I wouldn't think of anything.
Jill and I have our own little ideas about this.
Well, you know who knows a lot about other worlds? The Blue Fairy.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really like her. She's kind of
I don't either.
Yeah.
But she does know about other worlds, and there is still fairy dust in Fairy Tale Land.
What? Wait, didn't they say Maleficent was like an evil fairy?
Yeah.
What if she knew about other worlds, and then that's how they...
No, why can't the Blue Fairy turn into an evil fairy?
Because I think that would be too early. Unless she and Maleficent were like drinking buddies, and like she was a rebel, but then she like turned into a good girl or something.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay. Now we're going off the tangent, people. Come on.
Yeah, I'm full of those. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to like verbally punch me in the face.
So
Oh,
fun.
dang it. Boom. For you.
Ow! Sorry. All right, Ray.
Okay.